welcome to my channel. Now in this video I am going to tell you the difference between TypeScript and JavaScript. As you all know, there are two types of scripts here, like TypeScript and JavaScript. So these are the basic functionality of any web page. This is where the functions of the web page is written. As you know, the HTML page is just the structure, and the function, the operation is given in the script file, that is using TypeScript or JavaScript. So as we can see, like we can shortly tell that TypeScript and JavaScript are like the lives of any web page or any web application and all. So that is very important here. As we have these two types here, that is TypeScript and JavaScript, there will be always a confusion like what is this and what are these two, what are the difference between these two, and what are we using. Is that what we using is the better part, or or we have many questions based on this, right? So here in this video I'll just tell you the basic difference and very few differences about these, so that upon these differences you can just decide like what you are using, and what is necessary for you and all. So I'll just continue with this video, but before that let's see what is TypeScript and what is JavaScript. Yes, TypeScript. TypeScript is nothing but the advanced type of JavaScript. Okay, that is the first point. TypeScript is the advanced type of JavaScript, because at the earlier stages only the JavaScript was used for any web application. So what happened was the JavaScript did not have any more additional features, like it did not support for oops concept and all. So it was quite difficult for the developers to use JavaScript, because then they were using more lengthier codes, and that was very difficult, because oops concept is very important and it is very useful, but oops concept was not able to use in that JavaScript. So they faced very difficulty, and after that the many some developers invented this TypeScript. So now this TypeScript is been very useful and very simpler for every developer. As we can see, TypeScript is nothing but a compiled, strongly typed, object oriented language. That is, it is a compiled language. So if you have any errors, that errors will be shown using while you're typing the code itself in TypeScript. But in JavaScript, it don't show the errors there. When you run the program after the build part and the run part, then after that part it will show the error in your file, in your JavaScript file. But TypeScript is not like this. When you're typing itself, it will show the error. If there are any errors, it will show there itself. So it will be very easy for the developers to solve those errors there itself, and it will be very easy to move on to the next step, or else then the next steps will also be wrong there. So that is the major advantage here for TypeScript. So then it is strongly typed and it is object oriented. So as I said, it uses the oops concept here. TypeScript uses oops concept like inheritance, classes, interface and all. So that is very useful for the developers and for our web applications as well. So that is nothing but the TypeScript. Then coming to JavaScript. We after knowing TypeScript, we have to know about JavaScript, right? Or else it will not be fair enough. So let's know about JavaScript. JavaScript is it is a scripting language. So it is used to create some dynamic content for web pages. JavaScript and TypeScript both are, yeah, as well as used for creating dynamic content, but JavaScript is just a scripting language. So as I said, it doesn't have any like any additional features, any numbers or strings used here, array and boolean expressions used here, but it is just a scripting language. It just add the functionality to our web pages. So let's see more difference about this TypeScript and JavaScript. Coming to JavaScript, here this is the very easy, that the file extension is will give the file extension as .js, and for TypeScript we'll give it as .ts. So that is the basic difference here. And while coming to JavaScript, the main advantages in JavaScript is that it directly runs on the browser. That is, you can use Notepad or Notepad plus plus as well. If you type any script code, you have to use the script tag and then type any functionality there and give any HTML code like h1 tag and button and tag and all. Then you can save that file in your Notepad and then you can run it in the browser. That is very easy. But coming to TypeScript, you cannot run that directly in the browser because TypeScript, it cannot be written under any tag like script. It has to be written in the separate file so that it cannot be run directly on the browser. It has to use some uh, some IDE like Visual Studio and all, and then after that it has to be run, and then it has to be hosted in the web page. So that is the one drawback for TypeScript. But JavaScript, it is a scripting language as we know, and TypeScript, it supports OOPS concept. That is very a big advantage here because OOPS it is very important and it is very useful for any developer for developing any of the concepts here. It has some classes, inheritance, interface, so those are very useful for the developers. As you, if you are the beginner, then while move on with this developing part and all, then you'll understand the importance of OOPS. Then coming to JavaScript, it does not support any modules. While as TypeScript, it supports modules. So as you can see in my previous video, I have shown like what are Angular components and how are the components used. Basically, in Angular component, we have four files like CSS, TypeScript, HTML, and spam.typescript file and all. So in that, if we want any additional files like services, modules and all, we can have that additional files and we can import that additional file into our TypeScript file. So that is one advantage. We can have many modules and we can import those modules as well. But in JavaScript, it is not possible like that. We cannot we cannot import any modules there, so it doesn't support the modules. And coming to JavaScript, it can be written in HTML file itself. You no need to again create some other different file for JavaScript. You can in your HTML file itself, once your HTML tag, HTML code is over, down you can write just you can add the script tag and you can just write like this script tag. You open the script tag, you write your JavaScript code, and then you can end your script tag. So that is finished. In one file, you will have all the structure and functionality of that web page. But coming to TypeScript, it is not like that. You have to create one separate file for that, and then in that file you have to write every functionality code there. Then you have to bind those HTML file and this TypeScript file. You have to bind those both files, and then you will get the output. So this is the basic difference between JavaScript and TypeScript. I think with this video, you would have understood like what is JavaScript and what is TypeScript. And for I know because I when I was a beginner, I had a huge confusion between like what to use and what I'm using and all. Now when I went on through these differences and when I worked with TypeScript, then I got to know that TypeScript is very easy and it has many additional features. So basically, we can tell that JavaScript plus some additional features is equal to TypeScript. So that is one line which describes about like what is TypeScript and what is JavaScript. JavaScript alone cannot act as a TypeScript, but TypeScript alone can act as a JavaScript. So that is one thing here. And as JavaScript plus additional features is equal to TypeScript, so that is very important. And I would suggest people using TypeScript because you have many features there and you can use it easily. You need not again to add more features and to import more features and all. You can use it very clearly. And I'll show you like how you can use TypeScript functionalities in your Angular project in my next coming video. So in this video, this is very a short short explanation about what is TypeScript and JavaScript, and a very short difference between, like only 5 points here. So with this, I think you have clearly understood like what is TypeScript and what is JavaScript. Thank you for this video. In my next video, I'll explain you very clearly like what is TypeScript and how is it used in our Angular web application, and what is the importance of that. So thank you.